Welcome to the Inside Silverstone podcast, a business-focused podcast covering all things tech, engineering and innovation. Hosted by me, Chris Broome, a huge tech, motorsport and gaming fan, and also the owner of Longhurst, a firm of lifestyle financial planners and independent financial advisors located in Silverstone, Northamptonshire. This is a series of unscripted and unpolished conversations with leading business owners, thought leaders and high-tech talent where we discuss their experiences within the Silverstone business and motorsport region. We will also be asking them to share their knowledge, insight and their thoughts on the future just for you. If you're looking to learn more about the Silverstone high growth region and commercially connect with like-minded peers, you've definitely come to the right place. Welcome to Inside Silverstone. Welcome to the next edition of Inside Silverstone. My name is Chris Broome and I am your host. Today I am delighted to welcome to the show a new friend, Oliver Walters from Orbit. Oliver, welcome to the show.
Thanks so much for having me, Chris. It's great.
Fantastic. Well, we've been connected through a good friend, a mutual friend, Chris Murdoch, who was on a previous episode. He's involved in the Milton Keynes tech community specifically, as are you. So because we're part of the Silverstone technology community, I thought it would be a great way to bridge the gap between sort of Silverstone and South Northamptonshire and Milton Keynes and North Buckinghamshire. So thanks for coming on. Really good support. I've literally just been looking at your website as I was explaining, and you are involved in a number of different projects that started from many moons ago to ones that are a little bit more recent. And so I think we should start with some more of the more recent projects. And so Orbit, I think, is probably one of the newer ones. So talk to us about Orbit, what it is and why it is.
Yeah, well, I'll go back a little just to give some context around this. So I run Maiden MK, which is a community of tech entrepreneurs in Milton Keynes. And the goal of that is to unite the tech community in Milton Keynes. And as part of building that community out over the past 4 years, I've come across lots of different frustrations. Building community is difficult. It's hard to maintain and run that. So we primarily started it as a website showcasing what's in Milton Keynes in terms of the tech community and the supporting organizations. And then we started doing a series of quarterly networking events that bring the community together. Super casual, so it's just meet for a bar, have a drink, get to know each other. And they've gone from about 20 people to 100 people where we've capped it now. It's a kind of a good number of people to have in a room.
Right.
And the frustration I had is it's great bringing people together in a room for a short period of time, but it's actually really hard to deliver value in that period of time. You know, meet the right people, get to know everyone well. And I wanted to kind of create that environment, but across a longer period of time, a kind of a constant community, if you like, rather than just one that meets every quarter. And we started building a platform to do that, and that's what Orbit is. So Orbit's an online community platform for business networks, events, interest groups that brings their members or attendees together to connect, collaborate, share and learn. So we kind of bridge the divide between something like meetup.com and LinkedIn. So we streamline the workflow for organizers and community managers so they can deliver a really valuable community experience easily and efficiently. And that's everything from managing membership, networking, discussion, event management. And then we create that really great experience, a digital space for members to go meet other people so they can look at profiles of other members, get to know each other. They can connect and share their contact information on there. They can get involved in discussion. They can share opportunities such as job opportunities, anything like that. And it just brings it all together in one place rather than having, a Facebook group here, a LinkedIn group there, a Slack group here. And it's much easier to run that way. So that's ultimately what Orbit is. Our mission is to bring people closer together and help nurture success through the power of community. And that's something we strongly believe in. As a business, we're trying to kind of help people succeed and help them achieve their goals. And we do that by directing them to the right people, the right events and the right communities around them and anywhere in the world now. And it's certainly been an interesting time with COVID to be looking at how the events industry is going to change and how communities are evolving because of that.
Okay, and so how does Orbit work in reality? So do I go on there and have to create a new profile, or does it feed in from LinkedIn and other social media platforms? How does that all work?
So as a user, of orbit, you create one account, and that becomes your digital passport to all of your communities, if you like. That has a profile, something like LinkedIn. We can pull in data from that when you sign up. It takes about 30 seconds to sign up. Then you can go on and access any communities that are on orbit. So Maiden MK is on orbit. Yeah. You can join it in one click. You can then see all the membership. There you can access all those features around that community. And then we create sub-communities for each event. So each event for Maiden MK has a sub-community of just the attendees who attended that event. So in reality, it is a digital space, if you like, for a community, a virtual community. But we're really sitting in that hybrid between a physical community and a virtual community. So we really believe that physical events, when they do start happening, are an important part of the picture of building real community. That face-to-face contact makes a big difference. And whilst we've kind of gone from this shift of predominantly having offline events and things like that to now predominantly having online events, as the path turns safer and we start moving back to quote unquote normality, albeit very different now, we will be looking at more towards kind of like hybrid events and things like that. So no longer constrained to, you know, the space of a single venue. You can run an event, have it physically run in an event, but also broadcast that around the world. So there's loads changing in this environment. It's a really exciting kind of place to be in, actually, as it evolves.
And Orbit's currently live, so people can register and join now?
Yeah. So we went in kind of live in public beta a month ago. So we've got about 50 communities on there, and we're growing every day. So
okay. Yeah, so has Pim at the STC joined that yet?
So we're talking with STC. I had a conversation with Pim a few months back before everything ended up like it did. So yeah, it's certainly something we'll continue.
Yeah, fine. Okay, well, I'll give him a kick on that as well. I'll be seeing him later for a quiz night, so I will make sure that's something that he looks at. So that's Orbit, which is fantastic, and we'll make sure that there's a link to this in the show notes, as we will do with all the businesses and ventures that you're in. Talk to us about D3I. What's that?
Yeah, so I moved to Milton Keynes 11 years ago now, I think, about 2008, 2009. And myself and then co-founder, who I met at university, started D3I as a digital agency and consultancy. So predominantly we're doing websites to begin with. That was kind of our bread and butter. But we had we wanted to do our own ventures. We wanted to build a tech product. We didn't know what that was. And this was around the time of kind of the golden rush of mobile. Apple had just launched its app store, and the first product we built was Memento. So that's an automatic journal of your life. That came from, I used to keep a journal when I was a lot younger. I kind of rummaged around at home, back at my parents' home, found them, and rediscovered, 3 years of my life in simple detail. It was kind of recorded who had seen, what I'd done, where I'd been, that kind of thing. So nothing deep and meaningful necessarily, but it was really valuable. And I was like, I wish I'd kept this on. I wish I could do it now. And what the digital journals look like. And a lot of journals at the time were just digital translations of what you would write in a book. And I was like, oh, can't we do something more interesting with this? How can we make it easier? So we deconstructed diary writing and reading, if you like, in that respect. So recording memories and then reliving them. And came up with this idea of capturing moments rather than capturing days. So you just capture a few words about what you were doing, where you were. You could tag people. We made it a really kind of slick and easy to do. And then our eureka moment kind of came when we realized people are doing this every day anyway. They're doing it on Facebook, they're doing it on Twitter, just capturing short snippets of their life. And we thought, I wonder if we can kind of connect with these services and pull all that data in. And we did that, and it kind of filled 10 years of my life in about 30 seconds, all my cringy Facebook updates from, back in the day. But what was really nice was all these different platforms bringing all that kind of data together in one place. So everything I put on Facebook, everything on Twitter, everything shared, well, Instagram wasn't around at the time, but we have since supported that together in one place. And that kind of created this kind of foundation, if you like, for your life story, and then you could annotate around that with actual private moments that you captured as well. And that was a really interesting journey. So Memento's still going today, 11 years on.
Yeah.
And we're on iPhone, primarily just on iPhone. And it's been a real journey. So we launched in 2009. It was just myself and my co-founder. Typical story, in a spare room of the house, hacking in the evening, and then earning money with websites during the day to kind of feed that venture. And then we launched in 2009. Apple picked it up very early on, and that led to us being iPhone App of the Year runner-up in 2011. We partnered with Instagram for the launch of their API. We partnered with Uber. We're one of 12 partners with Uber for the launch of their API. And it's been a journey. It's been a journey, as a founder and running that business as well. The highs and lows of it, and the changes. I mean, we've seen the entire lifespan of the App Store, if you like, with that, and how that's evolved. So yeah, it's certainly been interesting.
Amazing. And what's the hopes and the evolution? Where's it going to end?
Of Memento specifically, or
yeah.
So that product's still evolving. We're looking for different partners and the opportunities of where that would go. I mean, for us, we've always wanted to build or be the way that people record and remember their lives. There's what's been astounding for me from that business, and what's kept it going, because it's certainly been in times where we should have just closed it down. That would have been the sensible thing to do, but we've kept it going, and we've found success, and we've kind of been really agile with it. And one reason we've done that is just because of how important it is to many people's lives. We have thousands of users who've recorded 10 years of their life, if not more, on that.
Yeah.
And what we never anticipated going into it was the true power of journaling, and how it's changed. That there's when you build a product and you make some money out of it, you feel successful from that. But getting feedback from users saying this has changed my life, or you've helped overcome depression or anything like that, it was something that caught us completely off guard. And we were like, there's true power, like mental health, and everything else around journaling that we just not even done any research on or considered. And that was interesting. So that what keeps us going with that.
I love it. Sure. I think it's until today I hadn't looked really into it in any depth, but I really love it. And we run Longhurst is a financial planning business, but it's a lifestyle financial planning business that really focuses on the humanity side of the work that we do. It is our core, the human.
Yeah.
And I love this. And so I'm already thinking, okay, this is something that we should be introducing to clients just generically, and then encouraging some of them to be using it, because clearly it's not for everybody, but there will be certain households we work with of different ages that will love this, for all those reasons you've just explained, because of the journey. So yeah, fantastic. I love this. And we'll definitely be including the link for this in the show notes. So keep up the good work on it. What else is D3i working on? What other projects?
So, my core focus now is Orbit. So like D3i is predominantly me. It's been a bit of an umbrella for our ventures over the past 10 years. And those ventures have gone in lots of different places. So there's been lots of success, but also lots of failures with that, things that didn't work out. And now Orbit is my primary focus. So we launched we founded the company last year, and we kind of incorporated at the end of last year. We raised some funding a week into lockdown, actually. That was interesting, and now that's kind of gave us the power to really focus and plow on through what has been a difficult time for many. We've been in a fortunate position where we can focus on our business and being agile as we are as a tech company, working from home anyway. The impact for us has actually been quite light, certainly in comparison to the effect COVID has had on many other people. So
that's good. And you've sort of answered my next question, which was what's life been like during COVID? This is a COVID catch-up series. And so you guys have been okay. Business has been nimble.
Yeah.
You just sort of cracked on and just got busy producing the app and the product.
Yeah, absolutely. I do feel, I feel very fortunate to be in that position. I've got friends and family who've been affected by COVID in different ways, and certainly feel, I think being the friends I have and the communities that I'm involved with are entrepreneurial in many ways. So, and that's had different effects. Self-employed people have had effects very different to those who have had successful businesses that can see this through, and larger companies where they've had to furlough staff. So it's been really different, but I do feel like I've been in a bit of a bubble with that. So yeah.
And a couple of last questions before we close off. So first of all, thank you for coming on the show. These are sort of short 10, 15-minute interviews versus the normal 40-minute ones we do previously.
Yeah.
We're so busy, we just haven't got time to do 20 times 40-minute interviews. So thanks for coming on to do this sort of short stint, but I think it's been fantastic. And as I said, we're going to include the links to D3I, to Orbit, clearly, to Memento, which I just absolutely love as well, as a sort of 10-plus-year-old product.
Thank you.
An app, phenomenal. Two last questions. Sort of post-COVID, so it's 2021. We've all had our immunisation jabs. Life's getting back to the new normal, whatever that is. What are you personally looking forward to doing the most that maybe you can't do at the moment?
A bit of travel. I'm missing some travel. Certainly, we had quite a few things planned for this year, which haven't gone ahead. Yeah. Some of which were friends' weddings abroad as well, which are not happening. So I think 2021 may see some weddings abroad. Maybe we don't know, but we'll see how that pans out. So definitely some travel. I'm excited to start bringing the Maiden MK community back together through events as well. We've myself and Richard Wiggins, David Hughes at MK Geek Night, and Richard's other company, Pooleyville, we've actually just been awarded some public money to put together a series of events and a physical space as well as a virtual community for tech. So we're going to be doing a program of events, and we're unsure on exactly when that's going to start, probably the back end of this year, predominantly online. And then as we move into a safer 2021, fingers crossed, then we'll start to see some more physical aspects to that, both events and workspace wise as well. So
definitely need to be connecting more with the Silverstone technology community. There's 120, 130 plus businesses that are part of that, sat at the core of Silverstone Park, where there's circa sort of 2,000 businesses within an hour's drive, all serving the region. We need to be coming across to you guys and attending some of your events and vice versa.
Yeah, vice versa.
There's going to be some natural cross work there that people can do
to
support each other, and new relationships and friendships, and
and that's what all this is about, that collaboration and the connections through that. So yeah, definitely, totally agree.
Yeah, cool. Last question, and this is a bit of a stupid one that I asked at the beginning of the series to a young lady randomly, and she gave me such a great answer that we've just continued the theme. So quick drum roll. Oliver Walters from Orbit. What is the king of crisps?
Oh, king of crisps. I didn't see that one coming.
Bit of a swerveball.
What can I say? I'm gonna say Doritos with dip. I'm gonna say something along those lines.
What flavour Doritos?
The chili ones. Yeah.
Hang on. Very, very good.
Fairly boring, but always reliable.
No, totally reliable. Those are the cheesy ones. Cheesy Doritos. Very, very Moorish. Fantastic answer. We've had a variety of different answers from the tech and motorsport community, and no one said Doritos yet. So well done.
Okay.
Great choice. Oliver, thank you so much for coming on the show. It's been fantastic. As I said,
thanks for having me.
Absolute pleasure. I'm going to leave links in the show notes. So everybody listening to this who are part of the STC community, but also wider, not just in the UK, but globally, because we've got people listening around the world. Check these businesses out. Go on to Orbit, go on to Memento, introduce other people to it. They look phenomenal, and I'm definitely going to be coming back to you to talk about Memento, because I think there's definitely something we can do between Longhurst, our clients, and what you guys are doing there as a platform. So Oliver, thank you very much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
The Inside Silverstone podcast is produced by the team at Longhurst for the benefit of those with a passion for all things tech, engineering and innovation. For more information, please visit longhurst.co.uk/Inside Silverstone, whilst also remembering to give us a 5 out of 5 star rating on iTunes. Please note that neither Chris Broome or Longhurst work for Silverstone Park, Silverstone Circuit or Silverstone Technology Cluster.